Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, let me thank the organizer for giving me the pleasure, the honor to deliver my knowledge on the South China Sea issue. Distinguished participants, let me highlight what I intend to discuss in this short time. First of all, I'm looking at the promotion of peace and security, encompassing two maritime domains, which is South China Sea and Maritime Sea. Then we are looking at negotiation, followed by, or part of it is the political leaders or personal diplomacy and joint development under the concept of security and development, and conclusion. Now, let's look at the South China Sea. What are the strategic issues in South China Sea? Second busiest sea lane, the size has shown 6,886, 300 square nautical mile. Source of hydrocarbon, no standard security mechanism, and protection of powers, maritime powers in particular in South China Sea. At the same time, overlapping claim by 6 coastal states, as shown. These are the strategic issues. Now let's look at Mediterranean Sea as a comparison. Mediterranean Sea is basically bigger than South China Sea. Busiest with ship for cruising. Size is bigger, is 969, 100 square nautical mile. No overlapping claims within the coastal state. Possibility of hydrocarbon in vicinity of Cyprus, and adopted European Union mechanism with respect to security. Now, I'm going to discuss now on the negotiation, how best South China Sea to pursue to avoid conflict. Negotiation, the requirement, obviously under UNCLOS 1982, then ASEAN agreement, as shown, and ASEAN TAC, Treaty of Amity and Concord. ASEAN also signed agreement with China, DOC, way back in 1992 at Nanning, Declaration of Good Conduct, and now moving forward to establish to more comprehensive mechanism, we call it Code of Conduct in South China Sea, to avoid miscalculation or attempting to stop other coastal states from doing what they right are. So, what are the merits of the negotiation? We maintain good relationship among claimant states. There's an element of flexibility. Promote confident building measures, and interlink with dispute settlement. Basically, these are the merit of negotiation. Now, I'm looking, next one is the personal diplomacy of leaders. Cordial relation among the leaders of coastal states of South China Sea, and with mutual trust and respect in promoting peace and stability in the maritime domain. A good example, or case in point, Brunei and Malaysia, on 16th of March 2009, the letters of exchange that marked the end of maritime territorial dispute in South China Sea between the two nations. There you can see the former Prime Minister and Sultan Abu Bakr agreed. But before we come to that, the diplomat or the two parties have been moving up and down to come to this conclusion. It's not as easy, but it takes 2 to 3 years on very quiet manner. So what do we get? What do we get? The exchange of letters of agreement between Malaysia and Brunei stipulated that Block L and M, under exploration somewhere in South China Sea, originally belonged to Petronas, our oil company. We then gave to Brunei under UNCLOS 56 and 57. It rightfully belonged to Brunei. What do we gain by having this sort of thing? This is the block. You can see the here. This is Malaysia. What do we gain? Malaysia gained two aspects. Firstly, our company be invited by Brunei to joint venture in the development. It's indeed very, very mutual understanding toward development in the area. Secondly, both countries agreed the existence of unsustainable right of maritime access, which guarantee the right of movement of Malaysian vessels, as far as we follow the Brunei maritime law. Now I'm taking you to Mediterranean Sea, how they maintain peace and stability in Mediterranean Sea. Under the concept of community of interest, Gibraltar, this Gibraltar is a state claimed by two countries, that is Spain and Britain, and remain in the fourth committee of the United Nations Committee. Who to get who? But because of the need of the security and stability in the Mediterranean Sea, it clearly stated that is unofficially the naval base for the European Union and also the offshore financial center. Okay, this is Gibraltar. I want to another area to show that the community of interest, you reduce conflict, you come to stability. Here is Cyprus, on the eastern part of Mediterranean Sea. Cyprus consists three institutions here. Here is the United Nations guarding between Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot. And the green one is the sovereigns under British remain until today. And yet, Cyprus is a member of the European Union and adopting the European Union mechanism. Now we go back to South China Sea. Malaysia occupied Layang-Layang, or in English, Swallow Reef. This is a place about 150 nautical miles from Sabah, the eastern part of our state. And it's open. We claim under UNCLOS, under EEZ, Anybody can go there. It's a holiday resort. We open to tourists. You can go to Layang from March to September. It's a very beautiful place. Okay. But are not fully recognized by some, I said, coastal state of South China Sea. This is the detail, just like Gibraltar in Cyprus. Now, Taiwan, as mentioned by earlier speaker, is occupied by Itu Aba, is the biggest island in South China Sea occupied by Taiwan. So why not, under the concept of peace and security, open it to tourists? It's a beautiful place. I have been there with the support of Taiwanese to see the area. And now they are developing the area into a tourist. But when they're going to allow foreigners to visit Itu Aba, I'm not too sure. That's with the concept. Now, I'm cepat know why the wording is not clear. The topic there. Now, the next one I want to discuss on the joint development within the coastal state within the South China Sea. Why we need cooperation, as clearly stipulated in the slide. Cooperation in development resources, obligation to cooperate in semi-inclusive, bring economic benefit for all parties, reduce tension, and no prejudice to sovereignty claim. Okay, this is what I'm talking about cooperation. Malaysia and Thailand, since 1979, have established joint cooperation, GDA they call it, Joint Development Authority, in the Gulf of Thailand, extracting oil and gas on 50-50 equal basis since 1979. All right? Next, China and Vietnam established joint cooperation on fishing in the Gulf of Tonkin here. Both gain. Thirdly, Malaysia and Vietnam, this part, joint development on oil, extraction of oil. I can give a clear one there. This part. Established last few years. So, what do we get? Why the final analysis? So, in conclusion, we need to become, there must be a political will and determination. Political will and determination. Cohesion and trust. Promoting maritime security and economic development. ASEAN should play a leading role so that we can solve the issues in the South China Sea. Emulate what Malaysia and Indonesia and Brunei and Malaysia agreement to resolve the operating claim and maritime dispute. If we adopt this, we shall attain peace and security. So that will be my last slide. Mahalo. Thank you.